Hello everyone, welcome to Excel Education. Today we are going to start a new series of videos which is current affairs multi-choice question with explanation. So let us begin, starting with the first question. Question number 1. Consider the following statements with respect to Pradhan Maneri Gareeb Kalyan Yojana. Statement 1. This scheme was launched to distribute free food grains to the poor and needy during the coronavirus crisis. Statement 2. Under this scheme, only the beneficiaries under the Targeted Public Distribution System (TPDS) would receive the free food grains. Which of the statements given above is correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this is option C, both 1 and 2. Pradhan Maneri Gareeb Kalyan Yojana. Considered as world's largest food security scheme, the Pradhan Maneri Gareeb Kalyan Yojana aims at ensuring sufficient food to the poor and needy during the coronavirus crisis. The scheme provides additional allocation of food grain to states, union territories for distribution to all the beneficiaries covered under Public Distribution System for Antyodaya Anna Yojana AAY and Priority Household PHH ration card holders. As per updates, the eligible beneficiaries will receive 5 kg of food grains and 1 kg gram per month for a period of 3 months between April and June 2020. This time period has now been extended to 5 more months. The scheme is set to cover 80 crore ration card holders. Heading to the next question, question number 2. Consider the following statements regarding the South Asia Free Trade Agreement SAFTA. Statement 1. All members of SAARC except Afghanistan are signatories to the agreement. Statement 2. India and Pakistan are yet to ratify the agreement. Which of the statements given above is correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. Correct answer for this is option D, neither 1 nor 2. South Asian Free Trade Area is an agreement reached on January 6, 2004 at the 12th SAARC Summit in Islamabad, Pakistan. The agreement came into force in 2006, succeeding the 1993 SAARC Preferential Trading Agreement. India and Pakistan both have ratified the agreement. Afghanistan became 8th member of SAARC in 2007 and joined SAFTA in 2011. The agreement allows parties to notify sensitive lists and concessional tariffs for the least developed countries. Heading to question number 3, we have consider the following statements regarding Bambusa tulda. Statement 1. Bambusa tulda is an evergreen bamboo native to the Indian subcontinent. It is used by the paper pulp industry and for making agarbatti sticks in India. In 2018, the government amended the Indian Forest Act 1927 to include bamboo grown on non-forest areas under the definition of a tree. Which of the above statements is correct? Option A, 2 and 3. Option B, 1 and 2. Option C, 1 and 3. Option D, 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer for this is option B, 1 and 2. Bambusa tulda, also known as Indian timber bamboo or Bengal bamboo, is native to the Indian subcontinent, Indochina, Tibet and Yunnan, and naturalized in Iraq, Puerto Rico and parts of South America. It prefers a tropical or subtropical climate. It is used extensively by the paper pulp industry in India and with near solid comes makes an excellent strong timber. The Khadi and Village Industries Commission KVIC has proposed bamboo plantation for its asset monetization. Bambusa tulda used for making agarbatti sticks has been planted in Maharashtra with an aim to support the local agarbatti industry and to create regular income flow for training centers. In 2018, the government amended the Indian Forest Act 1927, omitting bamboo grown on non-forest areas from the definition of a tree. This exempted it from requiring permits for felling or transportation. Heading to the next question, we have question number 4. India and Bhutan recently signed pact for their first hydropower joint venture project. Option A, Sankwasava Hydel project. Option B, Sunkosi hydropower project. Option C, Mangdechu hydroelectric project. Option D, Kolangchu Hydel project. The correct answer for this is option D, Kolangchu Hydel project. India and Bhutan signed pact for first joint hydel project, Kolangchu project. It is the first time an India-Bhutan hydropower project will be constructed as a 50-50 joint venture, not as a government-to-government agreement. Going to the next question, question number 5. Consider the following statements regarding Bhagwan Mahaveer Wildlife Sanctuary recently seen in news. Statement 1. Bhagwan Mahaveer Sanctuary is located in the Western Ghats of Karnataka. Statement 2. It is home to Dudhsagar waterfalls. Which of the above statements is correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this is option B, 2 only. It is home to Dudhsagar waterfalls. Serious concerns were expressed regarding the virtual clearances granted to two projects passing through a wildlife sanctuary and national park in Goa. The four-laning of highway and the laying of a line-in line-out transmission line, which will result in habitat fragmentation and have direct impacts on wildlife in Goa's Bhagwan Mahaveer Wildlife Sanctuary and Mollem National Park. Bhagwan Mahaveer Sanctuary and Mollem National Park is a protected area located in the Western Ghats of South India in Goa. It contains several important temples dating to the Kadambas of Goa and home to waterfalls such as Dudhsagar Falls and Tamdi Falls. The parkland is also home to a community of nomadic buffalo herders known as Dhangar. Now moving on to the next question, we have question number 6. Pradhan Maneri Street Vendors AtmaNirbhar Nidhi scheme was launched by option A, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Option B, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Option C, Ministry of Rural Development. Option D, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. The correct answer for this is option B, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. PM Street Vendors AtmaNirbhar Nidhi. It is a central sector scheme to facilitate street vendors to access affordable working capital loan for resuming their livelihoods activities after easing of lockdown. Rationale behind the scheme: the COVID-19 pandemic and consequent lockdowns have adversely impacted the livelihoods of street vendors. They usually work with a small capital base which they might have consumed during the lockdown. Therefore, credit for working capital to street vendors will be helpful to resume their livelihoods. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs launched the scheme on June 1, 2020. Going to the next question, question number 7. Consider the following statements regarding the State of World Population Report 2020. Statement 1. It has been released by the United Nations Population Fund. Statement 2. India accounts for almost 1/3 of globally missing females due to pre- and postnatal sex selection. Which of the statements given above is correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this is option C, both 1 and 2. the State of World Population 2020 Against My Will, highlighting the state of female population status in the world has been released by the United Nations Population Fund. As per the report, 1 in 3 girls missing globally due to sex selection, both pre and postnatal, is from India. 46 million out of the total 142 million. Missing females are those whose numbers are reflected in sex ratio imbalances at birth as a result of gender-biased sex selection combined with excess female mortality stemming from postnatal sex selection. Moving to the next question, question number 8. Consider the following statements regarding the Draft Environment Impact Assessment 2020 notification. Statement 1. It has been issued under the Environment Protection Act 1986. Statement 2. It provides for conditional post facto clearances for projects in violation of environmental norms. Which of the statements given above is correct? Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, option D neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this is option C both 1 and 2. The Environment Impact Assessment rules are notified under the Environment Protection Act 1986 for imposing certain restrictions and prohibition on the undertaking some projects or expansion or modernization of such existing projects entailing capacity addition in any part of India. Projects operating in violation of the Environment Act will now be able to apply for clearance. The draft guidelines provide that the appraisal committee shall stipulate the implementation of environment management plan comprising remediation plan and natural and community resource augmentation plan corresponding to the 1.5 times the ecological damage assessed and economic benefit derived due to the violation in case of the suo motu applications, 2 times the ecological damage assessed and economic benefit derived due to violation in cases reported by any government authority or found during the appraisal of appraisal committee or during the processing of application if any by the regulatory authority as a condition of environment clearance. Heading to the next question, we now have question number 9. Consider the following statements regarding the external debt of India. Statement 1. US dollar denominated debt is more than the rupee denominated component of India's external debt. Statement 2. Commercial borrowing is the largest component of external debt. Which of the statements given above is correct? Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, option D neither 1 nor 2. Correct answer for this is option C both 1 and 2. As per RBI release on India's external debt as at the end of March 2020, US dollar denominated debt continued to be the largest component of India's external debt with a share of 53.7% at end March 2020, followed by the Indian rupee 31.9%, yen 5.6%, SDR 4.5% and the euro 3.5%. Commercial borrowings remain the largest component of external debt with a share of 39.4%, followed by non-resident deposits 23.4% and short-term trade credit 18.2%. Moving on to the next question, question number 10. Consider the following statements regarding Financial Action Task Force FATF. Statement 1. Financial Action Task Force FATF is a policy-making body that sets international standards to prevent money laundering and terrorist financing. Statement 2. FATF is an initiative of the G7. Statement 3. FATF has got sanctioning powers on the countries listed in the FATF blacklist. Which of the above statements is correct? Option A 1 and 2, option B 1 and 3, option C 2 and 3, option D 1 only. The correct answer for this is option A 1 and 2. The Financial Action Task Force is an intergovernmental organization founded in 1989 on the initiative of the G7 to develop policies to combat money laundering In 2001, its mandate was expanded to include terrorism financing. The objectives of FATF are to set standards and promote effective implementation of legal, regulatory, and operational measures for combating money laundering, terrorist financing, and other related threats to the integrity of the international financial system. FATF is a policy-making body that works to generate the necessary political will to bring about national, legislative, and regulatory reform in these areas. Since 2000, FATF has maintained the FATF blacklist, formerly called the Call for Action, and the FATF grey list, formerly called the Other Monitored Jurisdictions. The FATF Secretariat is located at the OECD headquarters in Paris. The effect of the FATF blacklist has been significant and arguably has proven more important in international efforts against money laundering that has the FATF recommendations. While under international law, the FATF blacklist carried with it no formal sanction, in reality, a jurisdiction placed on the FATF blacklist often found itself under intense financial pressure. So this is the end of today's video, and if you like the video, please like and share the video as much as you can and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.